Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is a record of how do I overcome my fan motor issue. Let's get started. Okay, first you can see here, up here, first I perform a purging to the hose. You may watch my previous video in the link up there. I show you how to perform charging of freon gas. First, you will need to remove all the air trapped in the hose by using the standing pressure from a compressor. Before the compressor has been turned on, you just need to hand tighten, screw in the pin valve onto the service valve. And then you're going to use the standing pressure from the compressor to push all the air out through the other end of the hose. You can see up here, I connect the other end to the tank. I just tighten it halfway, loosen, so that it will push the pressure from the compressor, would push all the dead volume of air out from the hose. Now this is really important because it actually affects the cooling efficiency if you do not remove the air from the hose. This is called purging process. Now once you've done purging your gas hose, then you can perform the charging. Now in this video, what happened in this record, I found that it is really helpful if you have a two-way radio. A two-way radio so that your helper down there, you just ask your helper to turn on the AC and wait for 3 minutes. Then the compressor would actually cut in. Now once it cut in, the meter would actually go from purging pressure very high to suction pressure, so that you're able to check what is the gas pressure. Normally for R410 freon gas, it would be close to 120 to 130 psi. Okay, so the fan is not spinning. And then it runs for roughly 10 minutes later. You can see the gas pressure from suction pressure close to 120 psi. And then it cut off, and then my compressor was really warm. You do not want to touch the copper piping because the fan is not spinning, right? So when the fan is not spinning, this is what you need to look into. What should you do? There are two components. One, it's the capacitor. The fan motor capacitor, the black color smaller one, fan capacitor. Fan motor capacitor. You can either check it using a DMM to check if it fulfills this specification, 2 microfarad for 1 horsepower. Or another way is you can use a screwdriver, don't use a finger. Use a screwdriver to try to spin the fan. If you spin the fan spins, then the capacitor has malfunction. But for this case, I try to spin it, it's not spinning. So therefore, the fan motor has malfunction. That's easy if I figure out what happened. All I need to do is actually to dismantle the grill. It's made of plastic, so you do not want to crack it. It's brittle after a few years under the sun. So you remove the mounting nut, mounting screw, and then remove the grill, and then proceed to remove the fan blade. Now the screw direction is opposite side, okay? But for this case, it's actually clockwise, the other way around, 10mm socket to remove it. Then remove the fan motor from the circuit board, then proceed. You can actually check using a DMM to check if running, starting, and common resistance, whether it's high or not. For this case, running and starting, it's no resistance. So it is quite confirmed it's that. So all you need to do is next, it's go to the customer service, Panasonic here in Malaysia, email them for model, and I got a reply. The reply says, I'm going to first unbox this new outdoor fan motor, and then I'm going to show you how to test if the old fan motor has broken down. And this one here is actually the capacitor, because since I'm going to change the motor, might as well change the starting capacitor. 2 microfarad, 440 watt original capacitor. Let's get started. Ta-da! Okay, right. So this is how it's packaging. Now this is the part number. This is more expensive model because they do not have stock for this one. So give me an equivalent one. There you go. Out from the box. Okay, the size is quite the same. Most importantly, 3 wires. Now in any single phase induction motor, like the one here, they have actually 2 winding in the armature. One of the thick wire, another is the thin wire. So therefore, in order to find out which wire belong to common, starting, and running, so one way to identify is that the starting and running will always have the highest resistance, okay? Whereas the second highest opposite will be starting, okay? Let's verify that. So if this single phase induction motor is working, then the resistance should have some value, okay? So first use a DMM set to resistance. This is the old induction motor, which has malfunction. It doesn't show any resistance value. So if I were to test resistance for all 3 value, it's 0. There's no value. There's no value. So this is to test if it's working or not. So when you want to check if your induction motor is working, the outdoor fan motor is working, you just need to find out its resistance. There's no resistance at all. No resistance, something's not right. So the electronic, the PCB board in there, some of the components is broken. So time to get a new one, right? So if yours is working, so this is the new one. So I want to first find out which one has the highest. Let's check yellow and red. Yellow and red will have 393 ohm. So I just joined down the side, yellow and red, 393 ohm. Then I'm going to check red and blue. Red and blue, it's roughly 698. So red, blue, 698 ohm. And then blue and yellow would have 305 ohm. Blue, yellow, 305 ohm. Okay, so because of that, I'll be able to identify which one is start and running. So the highest resistance, 698, would be 698 ohm, belongs to red and blue. Okay, but which one is start and running? I do not know red and blue, isn't it? So next thing I want to find out would be common and start would have relatively higher resistance. So that I know here starting would be 393 ohm. And then the lowest resistance would be roughly 305 ohm. So therefore, based on this triangle value, I'll be able to conclude that red color, this is my red color. Red line, red color is my starting, and then red blue highest, blue and blue running will be my blue wire, and then yellow should be my common. Okay, yellow it's actually common. Okay, so one way to help memorize it would be first find out the resistance for 3 combination. Starting running would be the highest resistance, and then the second highest would be common and starting. Running and common has the lowest resistance. So once I identify which resistance belongs to which, then I'll be able to tell which wire belongs to which terminal for single phase induction motor by getting its resistance. And I appreciate a thumbs up. Until then, see you in my next video. Right, first remove the cover and then remove the screw here. What you need to do, both hands, to spin it clockwise. Come on. So what we're going to do is just place it in here first. The wire should be pointing downward to prevent water from going into the wire, through the wire hole. Now you can only fit 3 holes. Hand tighten it. All 3 screws will have the same top. Then I'm going to lay the wire cable behind the electrical motor. There's a clip behind. Just press it inwards. A brand new capacitor should have a capacitance close to 2 microfarad. Whereas, okay, let's check the one in the outdoor unit. You can see the capacitance is less than 2. Probably this capacitor is also not in good shape already. So there's a reason why you should also change the starting capacitor. So I'll connect them. Blue, according to here, there are 2 blue, this Y diagram, and red stand alone, and then the yellow wire, it's here. You can always refer to this circuit diagram, connect, this is the one. Next, I'm going to install fan blade and you can start testing. Right, next, well, it fits only one side. This is the flat side. Arrow marking represents where the flat side located. Well, it's opposite side, counterclockwise. You want to tighten this nut, a 10 mm socket, not too tight until you break the fan blade. Alright, that's good now. Alright, tighten this nut over here before you close the cap. Check wire again, then the cover, align. Alright, it's an operation. Fan is spinning. Form icing, meaning not enough gas to top it up. You may refer to my previous video. Until then, that's all for this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel and appreciate thumbs up. Bye bye.